All right. Yes, that's established for the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Go over there, get like harder.
Going up and down the stairs is.
Like that is killing me all like 2 weeks. Every time I like sleep. Old. We're same age though.
Really, Jason.
Governing board meeting was called to order at 6 p.m. Please stand for the flags.
5 p.m.
Wow, totally off still. Please stand for the flag salute. Ready, begin. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Let the record reflect that all board members are present and all cabinet is present. Approval of agenda. It is recommended that the governing board approve the agenda of the August 5th, 2024 governing board meeting. Do I have a motion?
A motion.
Thank you, Ms. Shed.
Second.
Mr. Frutos. All those in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion carries 5-0. Approval of minutes. Approval of the June 24th, 2024 regular meeting minutes. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Mr. Chong and Mrs. Estrada. All those in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion passes 5-0. Governing board comments. Mr. Frutos.
Well, welcome everyone. Thanks for being here today. It's good to see people in the audience. Can't wait for our next meeting where we see more families in the audience. But first of all, I just want to take the moment to thank everybody for working hard over the summer. Hopefully you had some time to rest and spend time with the family because it's always well needed. It's time to, it's good to recharge. I look forward to the 24-25 school year. I'm excited about all the changes in the programming. It's nice to see some new faces sitting up here with us. New academic chief officer, Ms. Sari Juan. So thank you very much. But also I just want to welcome all new staff members, all of our current staff members back to our campuses, back to the district office. Without you, a lot of the work does not get done. So we appreciate you, and I can't wait to see our students up here with us, but also at school sites. So I look forward to seeing them at their sites. But also I just want to take a moment to thank the board also too for staying connected and communicating and creating all the accessibility and possibility for us to work with our entire district and our staff. So thank you for that. Other than that, a few things that I did, we did the managers retreat. I was able to participate for a couple hours. I love the interaction. I love the collaboration. Everybody did an amazing job putting it together. It was good to see the new staff members, current staff members just collaborating, participating. Ms. McPhillip was up there, within the group. So having everybody involved in that process was nice because it created bonding and created an opportunity for us to get to know each other throughout that time. So I really appreciate how that was well put together. And also we had a good guest speaker. And with that, that's really it. I just look forward to the rest of the school year.
Thank you, Mr. Frutos. Mrs. Estrada.
I mean, echoing Mr. Frutos, thank you everyone for really working hard through the summer. I know especially with this heat, it could be a lot more difficult, but really all the effort that you do put in and just showing up every day for the students is really something admirable and something that I'm pretty sure echoes the board's sentiment that it is something we really appreciate just from everybody, just always showing up and giving their 100%, even during the summer. But I do hope that you guys did have some time to relax and connect with family, and as well as give yourselves a break, because everyone always works so hard. And I mean, welcome, Miss Eri Huang. It's so nice seeing you up here as well. I mean, and congratulations to all of our new staff, our new teachers, and maybe some incoming students. I mean, it's amazing. Hopefully I'll be able to see them next board meeting. But I mean, I do know we are having some fun stuff like the Whitaker Park opening, which will be on August 7th, as well as I believe, on August 8th, the certified staff kickoff. And that's really much all for my report. I mean, super looking forward to the first day of school.
Thank you. Ms. Shed.
Thank you. Well, I'm also appreciative for all the work that gets done during the summer. Both working with the students who are here and the prep work for the coming year, finishing that off. And excited to see everyone again. I hope everyone had some time, like I said, to get away with their family, to refresh, a little bit of rest during the summer. And I enjoyed being with my family a little bit more. I went to Dr. Cantu and I worked on the Buena Park Planning Committee for the first Juneteenth celebration in Buena Park. And that was a phenomenal success. So I'm super thankful for all the collaboration with the different city members and the city itself. And then we also we went to they had a couple of pool refresh openings in Buena Park, which was fun. Now they're open in the evening, so that's really nice. Summer concerts in the park, and seeing, our students and their families, it's really nice, to see them in the community. And I also got a chance to go to the management retreat, so I appreciate them allowing me to participate with you guys. We had mixed groupings, and so that made it really fun. Different people from different offices were on one team. And it was so interesting. A lot of exercise. We went through the city and found all kind of clues and saw other teams, and some teams were cheering us on, and other teams are, hey, get out of here, they're trying to see our answers. It was kind of funny, but it was fun. It was a definite fun time, and I really appreciated that opportunity. And and we're working on the cultural festival for Buena Park, which will be coming up in September. So I'm really excited for that coming up. We're gonna have all kind of cultures represented. It's gonna be a great time. And I'm of course looking forward to the new school year. It's here. So I'm looking forward to welcoming the students and families. And that's it for me. My
Thank you
report.
so much. Thank you, Mr. Chong.
Same, to echo the sentiments of my fellow trustees. Welcome back to everybody. I know we really don't get a break. I know district office people constantly are working. I know our classified teams out there constantly working to make our schools clean and ready. So shout out to everybody that's constantly working to make our start next week a good start. I want to appreciate Dr. Lee and the team that put together a good theme of, I know the manager sheet had Ms. McCleary talking about relationships and bridging the gap in terms of how to communicate effectively. And I know we have Dr. Rios come in to our overall family of sharing about at Promise. And so I don't think I did it last year, but I think I always have a theme word for this year. For me, this year, I think relationships. And then it's a cliche. I know everyone says we need relationships, it's important, but maybe this year really focusing on that because another cliche, better together. When political times are difficult, it's better to stick together and work on our relationships. That's within professional as well as personal. So I hope our staff gets to concentrate on that and help balance that this year with their personal and their professional lives. It's sometimes very challenging to do that. And so I hope we can emphasize that this year a little bit to make sure that we keep a balance to stay mentally healthy, socially healthy, and all that good stuff. So I know there's a lot of great things coming. I know I'm very excited about what the departments are doing to, again, put us continuously on the map for how great we are against tiny but mighty. I should stop saying that though. Like tiny is never like good. It sometimes got connotation, but anyways, we have a very strong a team, and I feel like this last couple of years we've been building to this momentum, and I feel that we have a strong synergy among our teams, and I know to our leadership that has tried to build that over this past year. It's very noticeable, and I think I kind of sense that coming forward. So I hope we can build on that continuously, and I think that takes a lot of energy to do. It's not easy to build that organic synergy. So I hope we can continue to build on that. I was able to go to this program over the summer to South Korea for a representation for admins, and I represented Buena Park Strong. I put a Buena Park bag out there over everybody else to show our what we do out here, and just a gift of friendship. And it was a great program. I was able to share a little bit of Buena Park love out somewhere else, and that was really cool to visit and see that. So again, I look forward to another challenging but fun and great year, hopefully. And thank you to everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Chong. As for me, I want to welcome everyone here. It feels good to be starting a new school year. I cannot believe we are starting the 2024-2025. It'll be a quarter century since Y2K, which is crazy to say that. For me, like 25 years ago seems like the 1980s, but yeah, I feel like it's going to be an exciting year. I know that there's a lot in store. There's a lot that we've been prepping for. There's a lot of new things coming, but I feel like also just, with the recent news with the stock market, I know it's also a little scary too. So it'll be an interesting year. I wish everyone good luck. Whatever we can do to support and hopefully make sure that our students get the best year they can get. I'm excited for our Whitaker Park opening, which I was able to pass by 5 of our schools today. I arrived today this morning, and so I was able to do a bunch of stuff, and everything looks really great. I mean, just the parking lots look awesome. You see all the families walking in and out of the offices today. So you feel like that's it, the school year starting up. So really excited for that. And I, as a past teacher, like that feeling right before school starts, I remember that feeling, and it's a great feeling, exciting for the kids, the families, and the staff. So thank you to everyone. I wish everyone has a great year. And that's it for me. Dr. Lee, superintendent's comments.
Yes. Welcome back, everyone, to the 24-25 school year. I hope everyone is coming back with a renewed and refreshed spirit. We're the only profession that I can think of that gets a fresh start every year, and we are truly blessed for that. It gives us a time to be able to reflect, a little bit of downtime, hopefully, for you to be able to recharge and get excited about the upcoming year. I'd be here for a very long time if I thanked all the crew members that have continuously served throughout the summer. We cannot take our staff for granted. The word that I came up to depict our crew was tirelessly working. And just to echo our board members and giving the thank you and appreciation to those who, when we say easily, happy summer, welcome back, it's those who stay to make sure that have a great summer is done with great closure, and welcome back is done with meticulous care. So, to our M&O crew, our IT staff, our nutrition services, our preschool, those who keep the fort ongoing. And I can't even forget Cabinet. The team has, they serve to think 3 steps ahead, and sometimes it doesn't feel that way because we are scrambling with so much that we do. But we're hoping that everyone, including Cabinet and management, has gotten some sort of a rest in your own way with family and friends and loved ones, so that I could give you that renewed spirit. We are so excited about the grand opening of Whitaker Park. Just doing a physical preliminary walkthrough gave me goosebumps. I don't want to spoil it for the city, but and for our district. But for those of you who are listening out there, Wednesday at 9 o'clock, we are opening the gates, and I could only picture happy children just running into this park. We will have refreshments, games. The city has done a magnificent job in helping to coordinate and plan everything. So I want to give a public thank you to our city manager, Aaron France, Jim Box, Kevin, who was a person to have coordinated all the details. I just met with them this morning to go over last minute details as well, but it was ongoing connections. We needed to meet to talk, but it was also a lot of work on their end to make this day happen. So just a public thank you to the city. Just to echo Trustee Chong, yes, Dr. Rios will be here. He'll be here for the kickoff for our certificated staff on Thursday. And for those of you who don't know, Dr. Victor Rios is getting his name out there. It's not his first time in Buena Park, but we do welcome him with open arms to provide that motivational little spark that we need to kind of get us going into the school year. We would like to cordially invite our classified staff on a volunteer basis. Please feel free to attend. Dr. Rios and his team has graciously allowed us to videotape. So those who cannot make it, we will have that recording available for you. For those frontline crew who can't get away to be able to come for an hour, we will have that recording so that you can be included in this message. Our theme this year, paving pathways, the adventure awaits. You can picture a child with a backpack going on a journey. And with those who have rolled up their sleeves to pave pathways, paving being the verb, which means we're going to get our hands dirty and making sure we create pathways, even if we need to. And we're going to pave them out of maybe an uncharted journey. To be able to have our students have access so that they can succeed. So I'm really excited for this year to start. That concludes my superintendent's report.
Thank you. Moving on to our programs and reports, we have the 2024 BPSD summer programs. Dr. Lee.
Yes, and here to present is our Chief Academic Officer, Sari Huang. See how that kind of rolled off my tongue there? And we have Julie Linecky, our Director of Special Education, here to present for us tonight.
Thank you. Good evening, President Ahmad, trustees, cabinet, and guests. We are so excited to share the highlights of our summer programs, but I do also want to take this opportunity to say a great thank you to all of our departments that were involved in making this summer possible for our students, starting from our fiscal to our transportation to child nutrition and educational services. We all collaborated together and were dedicated in providing these summer programs for our students. So I did want to share this time to thank all of our departments, including our HR, of course. So next slide, please. So tonight, we will first start off with sharing a report on our extended school year. I'll go ahead and go into sharing our SOAR summer camp and also add in the other summer offerings that we were providing our students this summer. So with that being said, I'm going to invite our director, Julie Linecky, to share about our extended school year.
Thank you. Good evening, Board President Ahmad, board members, Superintendent Dr. Lee, cabinet members and guests. The Special Education Extended School Year program provides crucial educational services to students with disabilities during scheduled breaks when the regular school year is not in session. This report outlines the enrollment, our focus areas and services. And this year, our extended school year program was held from June 3rd to June 28th, which meets the requirements of Education Code, which is 20 days, but that could include a holiday. So we had actually 19 days. Next slide. On this slide, you can see our enrollment as compared to the overall attendance. These numbers are consistent with previous years. We did have some students that were having some medical issues over the summer, some surgeries happening. So they were initially enrolled, but weren't able to complete the program. Each student's participation in ESY is determined by their IEP team based on documented regression and recoupment data that's collected. And the team considers factors such as the nature and severity of their disability, progress towards their IEP goals, and potential for regression. Next slide. So the primary focus of the EOSY program is to prevent substantial regression that would impede a student's progress. It aims to maintain, is the focus, educational momentum and ensure that students with disabilities continue to receive necessary supports during the extended break to work on their academics, so sensory integration, fine and gross motor skills, as well as communication. It is a continuation of their IEP goals and objectives while also attending to important critical life skills and behavior supports. Next slide. So our ESY program includes the range of services such as specialized academic instruction and related services such as speech and language therapy, occupational therapy, all tailored to meet their individual needs as outlined in their IEP. And this year, I would really like to thank our staff that worked for ESY. We do have a lot of our staff that work in special education throughout the year, the regular school year, that do sign up to work in summer. It's such a great support for our students with disabilities, especially because sometimes they have some struggles adapting and transitioning to new environments. So having a familiar face in the program is very helpful. We had a great team this year that worked with our students, and it was a great success. I also want to say too that by adhering to these individualized planning, leveraging collaborative partnerships, and prioritizing student progress, our ESY program contributes significantly to the educational success and overall well-being of the students with disabilities. So in addition, having our students with disabilities on the same campus as our SOARS programs, that really provides that great exposure and integration with their typical peers. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Chief Wong for more on SOARS.
So for SOARS Summer Camp, based on our ELOP guidelines, we are to provide 30 intercession days. But however, since we were able to provide 13 intercession days already during the school year, we had 17 days remaining. Hence, our summer program was for a total of 17 days. We were able to have our ESY start 2 days prior to SOARS, which helped our students get used to the campus. And then we were able to have a larger group of students join starting that Wednesday. Next slide, please. So again, this school year, we were able to partner with Cal State Fullerton to provide our SOARS summer camp. In addition to our Cal State Fullerton staff, we were able to have our Buena Park School District teachers join us to provide academic intervention for our students in both reading and math. And I must say, after last year's summer program experience, many of our teachers were willing to spend their summers with their students, and our personnel services department did a wonderful job of making sure that each of those positions that were open were filled. Our SOARS summer camp was offered at Whitaker and also at Buena Park Middle School. Buena Park Middle School was for rising 6th graders and 7th graders. If we see Whitaker here, we had a total enrollment of 492 students, and we had an average attendance of 320. And at the middle school, we had a total enrollment of 99 students with an average attendance of 65 students. All students that registered or applied during the allotted time for application were accepted to the program. And also for those that sent in their applications a little bit later, as much as possible, we were able to fulfill the needs of our families. Next slide, please. So very similarly to last year, we were able to have our morning time filled with our intervention sessions, along with activities that was based on the theme around the world. So last year, we also did the around the world theme. However, this year, we focused on the countries and cultures that we weren't able to touch upon last year. So we were able to continue on that work of having the passport activities where students were able to get stamps and signatures on the different countries they traveled around the world during our SOARS camp. Through our child nutrition department, we were able to provide breakfast and lunch for our students, including snacks. And I do appreciate their support in our field trips as well, too, as they were able to provide a full lunch for us, for our students to take on their field trips. During the afternoons, it was filled with Catch PE. We also had our students' very favorite session, which is taste testing for our students. So based on the different cultures and countries that they learned, their taste testing activity was based on what they were learning. And our Fridays were filled with fun. They had assemblies come, and then also field trips that they're able to go based on the different grade levels. Next slide, please. So the next couple of slides are just pictures for you to see all the fun that occurred during our SOARS summer camp. You see the interventions occurring there. You also see our Cal State Fullerton staff there providing activities that were focused on that day's theme. Next slide. The next slide shows the afternoon activities as well too, and you see that they did a taste testing of pizza. I'm thinking they were learning about Italy. Next slide is our Friday fun. And as you can see here, we're able to go to our local medieval times again. We had our BMS assembly, as well as that bauble pup. If you see that student's expression, close by you, it's telling of how much in amazement our students were in. Next slide. So as we do each time we provide our programs and services to our students, we want to reflect on how everything went. So we did seek feedback from our parents, students, and staff. The next couple of slides will show the survey results from the feedback we received from the three groups. So for our parent survey, as you can see here, we did have great results of parents feeling that they would recommend this program. Also from how 99% of parents stating that they felt that our SOARS program was a safe learning environment for our students. And just to, peek here into some of the quotes that we received from our families, states here the staff are very kind and very helpful. The field trips, and it was all free. So it states here, thank you so much, and it was a good experience for my daughter. So we saw many of these sharings from our families of how they enjoyed and appreciate the summer offerings through our SOARS camp. Next slide, please. So for student surveys, 97 of our students felt safe in the program. 97 of students stated that all instructors were helpful, and 92% stated our summer camp was enjoyable. Students shared, it says here, for my opinion, I think summer camp was better than usual school. I'm sure it's because every Friday they're able to enjoy assembly and field trip. And another piece here is the best thing about summer camp was meeting new people and reconnecting with old friends. So having one site for elementary and one site for our middle schools for our SOARS program really brought all our students across the districts to make new friendships and continue friendships as well too. So that was a huge highlight and aha for us to continue this as a district-wide summer program. The next feedback is from our teachers, from our intervention teachers. 100% of our teachers felt SOARS summer camp was a positive experience, along with the higher percentages of our students feeling that the number of students were appropriate, as well as the curriculum. And it says the whole setup of summer school is awesome and such a great experience. It says thank you and count me in for next year. So we would love, love, love to see many of our teachers return to provide quality intervention for our students. So with the next slide, we'll go into our other summer offerings. We continued the speech camp for our students. We did launch our advanced math camp for incoming sixth graders and also continued on with our Kid Connection program for a longer span of time during the summer. So the next slide shows our speech camp that occurred in partnership with Advantage Communications. It occurred the first 2 weeks of June with a total of 55 students, 3rd through 7th graders joining our summer camp, speech camp. So this involves students that are very new to speech, their very first time as an introduction to speech, and then also for students that have been in speech during the school year. So we hope that this was a good launch for our students to seek further interest in continuing their journey in speech during the school year. And the next slide is our advanced summer math camp that we started this school year with 23 students. We were privileged to have our 6th grade teachers lead this work into providing a good start for our students to be successful in completing the advanced math track at our district. So as we look into the school year, I'll be reconnecting with their teachers to see the progress that our 23 students are making in math, advanced math during the school year. And the last summer offering here is Kid Connection. We had such great staff leading Kid Connection this summer, and our students were able to enjoy reading activities, writing activities, arts and crafts activities, and they were also able to go on field trips and enjoy assemblies as well too, and had set theme days, whether it is water day, bike day, of course with helmets. So our students had a good summer program, which just ended last week. So with that being said, I do want to express my gratitude for academic program supervisors. They worked hard in planning this during the school year, as well as being that direct service for our students and our families to bring our summer SOARS program to our students. So I do want to give a special shout out to our academic program supervisors. And the next two slides are just memories of our summer, of just some additional pictures of our students during SOARS and also Kid Connection. So thank you again, board, for your support with our summer programs. Are there any questions?
Any questions? I just wanted to ask for the Kid Connection, how many students did we have in that program?
So we varied, but we did have a good number between about 45 and at times up to 65 students joining.
Okay, that's a good.
Yeah.
I was just wondering. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think particularly the numbers spiked after our SOARS summer camp ended.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Yes, because it continues on longer.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
So moving on to item 9, hearing session. The audience members may request to address the board on an item on or off the agenda. Per board bylaw 9323, individual speakers shall be allowed 3 minutes to address the governing board on each agenda or non-agenda item. The board limits the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. The total time allowed for public comment shall be 30 minutes. Audience members wishing to address the board during the hearing session of the agenda should fill out a request to address the governing board form and turn it in to the executive assistant prior to the board holding the hearing session. Do we have any? Awesome, okay. Hearing session is closed. We did not receive any comments. Action calendar. Start with the inter-district transfer request 2425 MOLEK. It is recommended that the governing board uphold the denial of the inter-district transfer request 2425 MOLEK. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I'll second.
And Ms. Shedd. All those in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion carries 5-0. Next, we have approval of the district's amended conflict of interest code and order to notify the clerk of the Board of Supervisors. It is recommended that the governing board review and approve the amended conflict of interest code for the Buena Park School District for filing with the clerk of the Board of Supervisors. Dr. Lee?
Yes, the district's conflict of interest code is due for biennial review and filing with the clerk of Board of Supervisors. The attached code has been amended to include and update the titles of the following job classifications in the list of designated positions: Administrator of Information and Educational Technology and the Coordinator of Community Schools.
Awesome. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Mr. Chong? Second. Mrs. Estrada? All those in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye, motion carries 5-0. C, adoption of resolution 2401, ordering closure of Fund 2146 Buena Park BLDG Bond Rebate Fund. It is recommended that the governing board adopt resolution 2401, ordering closure of Fund 2446 Buena Park BLDG Bond Rebate Fund. Dr. Lee.
Yes, all monies received for the Buena Park BLDG Bond Rebate Fund have been expended, and the fund is no longer necessary. A resolution is required for the county treasurer's tax collector's office to close the fund.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Shed and Mr. Frutos. And this is, since it is a resolution, we'll do a roll call. Mr. Chung?
Yes.
Mr. Shed?
Yes.
Mrs. Strata?
Yes.
Mr. Frutos?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
No, motion passes 5-0. Adoption of resolution 2402, ordering closure of Fund 2147 Buena Park GO Bond 2000A Rebate Fund. It is recommended that governing board adopt resolution 2402, ordering the closure of Fund 2147 Buena Park GO Bond 2000A Rebate Fund. Dr. Lee.
Yes, again, all monies received for the Buena Park OG Bond Rebate Fund has been expended, and the fund is no longer necessary. A resolution is required for the county treasurer tax collector's office to close the fund.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Mr. Frutos?
Second.
Mr. Chong? We'll do roll call. Mr. Chong?
Yes.
Mrs. Shed?
Yes.
Mrs. Strata?
Yes.
Mr. Frutos?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Motion carries 5-0. Approval of revised board policy 6158 independent study. It is recommended that the governing board approve and adopt the revision of governing board policy 6158 independent study. Dr. Lee.
Yes, board policy 6158 on independent study has been updated by the state. The revision specifically addresses the requirement for students to engage in independent study for 16 days or more, changing the previous threshold from 15 days. This update ensures that the district programs comply with the CDE guidelines and better serve the needs of our community.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Chong and Ms. Shed. All those in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion passes 5-0. Approval to purchase information technology goods and services from Borderland Inc. via CMAS, California Multiple Award Schedules Contracts. It is recommended that the governing board give approval to purchase information technology goods and services from Borderland Inc. via the listed CMAS contracts. Dr. Lee.
The district staff has determined that Borderland Inc. has what is necessary to meet the needs of the district and finds that it is in the best interest of the district to utilize the CMAS contracts awarded to Borderland for technology goods.
Thank you. Do I have a motion? Mrs. Strata.
I'll second.
Ms. Shed. Any discussion? If no discussion, we'll move to approve. All those in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion passes 5-0. Approval to purchase printer supplies, printer equipment, printer software, and printer services from Supply Master Inc. via CMAS, California Multiple Award Schedules Contracts. It is recommended that the governing board give approval to purchase printer supplies, printer equipment, printer software, printer services from Supply Master Inc. via the listed CMAS contracts. Dr. Lee.
The district staff has determined that Supply Master Inc. has what are necessary to meet the needs of the district and finds it to be in the best interest of the district to utilize the CMAS contracts awarded to Supply Master Inc. for printer supplies, equipment, software, and services.
Thank you. Do I have a motion? Mr. Frutos.
Second.
Mrs. Strata. All those in favor?
Aye.
I'm an aye, motion passes 5-0. Consent calendar, unless a trustee has a question concerning a particular item and asks that it be withdrawn from the consent calendar, the items are approved at one time by the governing board. Mr. Chung, do you have anything?
Nothing.
Ms. Shea?
No, I don't have anything to remove.
Mrs. Strata?
Nothing
Mr.
for me.
Burgos? And I have nothing to remove. Do I have a motion to approve items A through K in the consent calendar?
Motion. Second.
Mr. Frutos and Mr. Chong. All those in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye, motion passes 5-0. Information correspondence, major topics 24-25. Dr. Lee.
Yes, the only changes to note are the community partnerships recognition being changed to November, the month of thanks, as well as our audit report, which traditionally has been in January, will be changed to November.
Thank you. And item B, Williams Settlement Legislation Quarter 4 report.
We are clear. There are no findings for the William and Settlement legislation for Q4.
Awesome. Wow, that was pretty good. Good job. Closed session, conferences with Dr. Julian Lee, Superintendent of the Buena Park School District, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, Government Code Section 54956.9, D2, one case. Labor Relations, Buena Park Teacher Association, Government Conference Code Section 54957.6. Labor Relations, California School Employee Association, Chapter 569, Government Conference Code Section 54957.6. Labor Relations, Non-Represented Management and Confidential Contract Employees, Government Code Section 54957.6. Public Employee Discipline, Dismissal, and Release. Do I have a motion to go into closed session?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Chong and Mr. Frutos, all those in favor?
Aye.
I'm an aye, motion passes 5-0. Governing board meeting is called into closed session at 5:40. you. So do I have a motion to reconvene? Mr. Fuentes
Second.
and Ms. Shedd. All those in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion passes 5-0. The governing board meeting reconvened at 7:21 PM. Reporting out of closed session, there is nothing to report. Adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Mrs. Strata and Mr. Frutos, all those in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion passes 5-0. The governing board meeting adjourned at 7:22.